effort to prevent bullying. Ladies and gentlemen, there's a phenomenon of violence in the world of education that is concerning, namely symbolic violence such as bullying. It is certainly not a symptom born by itself. Bullying is any form of violence carried out intentionally by one person or group of people who are more powerful or powerful against others, with the aim to hurt and carry out continuously. The act of bullying seems intense and spread endlessly. Indonesia is also experiencing bullying cases that occurs in social environment, especially in school. The Indonesian Child Protection Commission has recorded the number of bullying cases is increasingly in the range of 30 to 16 cases per year. Indonesia is ranked 5th among bullying cases. According to data from the Program for International Student Assessment, 15% of children and adolescents in Indonesia experience bullying. 19% were ostracized. 22% were insulted. 14% were threatened. 18% were pushed until hit by friends. And 20% were gossip about bad news. Ladies and gentlemen, for this reason, I rise the theme of love, because daily we will be faced with the similar cases that we will encounter both through in the media and in person. Cases that subside or disappear. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I invite all of us to listen and know what love is, what is ahimsa, and what bullying prevention effort should be undertaken. Ladies and gentlemen, love is not just a lip decoration or flowery lip, but a reality that is sincere and selfless. For anyone who has reached this stage, it can be ascertained that their life will be more peaceful, calm, and happy. Sincere love has a fundamental impact on giving meaning to life. Ahimsa means not to hurt, injure, or kill another creature through arbitrary thoughts, word, or behavior. Hurting, maiming, or killing is not justified in Hinduism because it is contrary to the teachings of Tattvam Asi. If everyone realized that other beings are afraid to death and wants to live on with the same as himself, then there will be no torture or killing. Ladies and gentlemen, so far we only know of many cases of bullying in adolescents. It's not impossible. All of them start from childhood. One aspect that needs further research is family background. It is important to determine where children learn of bullying. It must be determined whether their family are frequently harmonious or quarrels. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, the roles of parents is to educate children in the right way, not by violence under the pretext of disciplining children. However, discipline children in dharmic way. Teach children to the teachings of love and ahimsa, so that later they do not do things that deviate. Indeed, those who are close to the teachings of Dharma will always guide on the path of Dharma as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Ahimsa teachings are contained in Bhagavad Gita, Adhyaya 16, Sloka 2, which read, Ahimsa Satyam Akrodas, Tyaga Santir Apai Sunam, Daya Buddhe Swalo Luptam, Mardavam Rir Acha Palam, which states, do not hurt, be righteous, free from lust of anger, without attachment, calm, not slender, compassion for fellow creatures, not confused by desire, gentle, polite, and determined. This statement is supported by Manusamarti Adhyaya 4 Sloka 238, which is, do not harm any creatures. Let us slowly cultivate the natures of the Dharma as termites build their nest. And it's also affirmed in the book of Saraschamuchaya, Sloka 135, that therefore seek the welfare of all beings, do not be uncompassionate to all beings. Ladies and gentlemen, greed doesn't mean you have to hurt. Bullying is a deviant act and the act of physical and physiological violence committed by a person or group. Action intended to injure, frighten, or distress another person who was considered weak. Ahimsa teach not to harm living things, which is why it is necessary to teach children, parents, and everyone about creating a peaceful life without violence. And this was an effort to prevent bullying. Ladies and gentlemen, we argue that human beings are truly the main thing contained in Mahabharata, which read Ahimsa Parama Dharma. That means not hurting is the ultimate virtue or the highest Dharma. Therefore, we must be able to control our thoughts, word, and deed so as not to hurt, injure, or kill another arbitrarily. The goal is not to become a perpetrator of violence, which is detrimental to ourselves, other creatures, and the environment. We must be able to distinguish between good and bad things. In other words, such as attitude will lead every human being to achieve their life goals, namely Jagadita and Moksha. This is the Dharma Wacana they may able give you, ladies and gentlemen. Saturday night cruising around the city looking for a party to catch. Thank you for the pleasant opportunity. It's such an honor that I can get with Cass. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Baik, pada nomor tampil 1 lewat 5 detik. Pakai dari mbok saja berarti. Bisa dimulai? Oke. Baik, untuk Dharma Wacana Bahasa Inggris Remaja Putra dengan range waktu 8 hingga 10 menit dengan nomor tampil 2. Kepada peserta kami mohon mengambil mic. Waktu dan tempat disilahkan.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awiganam Astu Namo Siddham. The Honorable Judges and Hindu fellows, how are you? Praise the Lord Ida Sangyang Widiwasa for his blessings today. In this wonderful occasion, I would like to deliver a religious speech entitled, Should We Share for Dana Punya? Ladies and gentlemen, our life in this universe cannot be apart from the help of others. We are therefore social creatures who need others. However, simple and small a help. Therefore, whatever we gain in this life, it is inherent in the merits of others. The services of others attached to the result we obtained will return to those who is in a greater need. This is what a conscious person does in the form of Dana Punya. Dana Punya, according to Hindu law, is one of the teachings that should be held and kept sacred. Dana Punya comes from the word dana, which means fun, meaning the gift, and punya, which earn for well and sacred. So, Dana Punya is a well and sacred gift from the public as one of the many views of Dharma. Moreover, Dana Punya is also a means to increase our sraddha and dedicate our devotion to Ida Sangyang Widiwasa, intended to develop a genuine mental attitude towards oneself, towards the purpose of life. Moksatam Jagatita Ya Chaiti Dharma. Ladies and gentlemen, the teaching of Dana Punya is closely related to the teaching of Tattvam Asi, which means I am you and you are me. We are all basically the same. Look, see each other's like ourselves who needs help and protection to bring about the happiness of a harmonious life. In Yajurveda 26.18, it stated, the God of Soma brings all wealth to man by defining out such riches who enjoys life riches. The sloka may be known that Dana Punya was performed to help others to reduce commitment to the world's object, release. So it must be done by willingly. But it seems that the vertical of Dana Punya tend to be more prominent than a horizontal, especially for neighbors who is in desperate need. There are various possibilities as to why it happened, among other things. The first one, people do not know that Dana Punya is an obligation. The second one, people do not know which agency should disburse funds to. The second one, people do not know that Dana Punya is held to be of a higher value to others. Then one of my friends asked, I am still a little student. I don't work or make money. So how could I afford for Dana Punya? Ladies and gentlemen, generally in Hindu, there are three types of punya. The first one, Artha Dana. Artha Dana are gifts of good things, food, drink, house, clothing, and so on. The second one is Abhyadana. Abhyadana are gifts of protection or security. So when we can create a comfortable atmosphere, not uncomfortable, it can be called alms in the Hindu. And the third one is Brahmadana. Brahmadana is a gift of science or jnana, whether it is science, technology, or religion. In Hindu, even those who have no means of wealth may continue to make panik or other almsgiving as long as they are done sincerely. Ladies and gentlemen, doing dana punya doesn't have to wait for riches or fortune. But the most important is not to excess, but to be done in accordance with the ability of the funds. In this regard, Hinduism played as a major role because in Hindu, we believe that life is not only in the Sakala world, but there is also a later life in the world of Niskala. In Manawa Dharma Sastra 4.229, it stated, Waridas trimapnoti suka maksya manada tila prada prajamistam dipadas caksur utamam, which means he that is galloping water will have satisfaction, the food land will have reward of enjoyment, the seed of grain will have its seed, and the galloping one will have knowledge, which is perfect. The quality of science, Dharmadana, and Vidyadana is higher than matter, which is Artadana. As to why, according to simple manual of Hindu religious in implementation in development time, it is said. The first one, Brahma Danu, practice science to other, especially religious science. The second one is Abhya Danu, saving persons or living creatures' life from harm or giving them protection. The third one, Ati Dana, letting go of husbands, wife, children, and family to carry out their religion or dharma state if needed. And the fourth and the last one is Mati Dana, act as a blood donor, eyes, kidneys, and where necessary, self-sacrifice. Ladies and gentlemen, as Hindus, with Dana Punya is an obligation because through Dana Punya, we will grow into gene mental attitude as well as improve the quality of each one of us. Through this opportunity, I ask that we extend a cultural attitude. Make Dana Punya as a habit. Push yourself to do it and get used to it in time. Welcome to your next savings in the world, and thank you for your kind attention. Om Santi 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 Om.
Bisa dimulai, Bapak Ibu? Oke. Dharma Wacana Bahasa Inggris Remaja Putra dengan waktu 8 hingga 10 menit dengan nomor tampil 3. Pada peserta, waktu dan tempat disilahkan.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awi Genam Astu Namo Sidam. The Honorable Adjudicators, the Honorable Committee, Utsawa Dharma Gita, all the participants in this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let's praise the God in the highest place. Of the blessed of God, we are able to gather in healthy and happiness in this tremendous opportunity. I'm gratitude to bring the reflection about love in Tri Hita Karana. Before talking further, we should first understand what is love, how to implement in everyday life. Love in Indonesian is cinta kasih. Love is a feel of pleasure, sincere loyalty to an object. The object of love is our creation of God. The way to implement love in everyday life is to apply the teachings of Tri Hita Karana. What is Tri Hita Karana? Tri is tree. Hita is harmony and Karana is the cause or a way. So, Tri Hita Karana is 3 ways or a cause of happiness or harmony. Ladies and gentlemen, there are love in 3 parts of Tri Hita Karana. The first is Parhyangan. Parhyangan means the relation among women with God, or in Hindu is Ida Sangyang Widi Wasa. How love in Parhyangan shows sincere love for God. Love for God name is Bhakti. Let's look at the simple one. Have we adored 3 Sandhya 3 times in one day? Even we are busy with our daily activities, we must do it once a day, as we say it in kita. Satatam kirta yotamam, yatantas cadras wartata, namasyanta camam batya, nityayukta upsati. The meaning is, adore my name forever, show your devotion forever. You have adored me loyally, as well as internal, honor close to me. So, based on Bhagavad Gita, it is shown a clear explanation that who is able to keep the harmony among themselves with Ida Sangyang Widi Wasa. They deserve to be closer with the God. Believe love will be present from the simple things in our daily life. Remember all the religious community, our academic title, position, achievement, etc. All of them are nothing without Ida Sangyang Widi Wasa. The second is Pawongan. Pawongan is the harmony among ourselves with others. How love in Pawongan, ladies and gentlemen. We are social creatures who can't live without others. For that, let's build love between each others. In the Bhagavad Gita, Adhyaya 12, Sloka 13, say that. Adwesta sawa bhutanam, maitra karuna ewacha, nirmamo niraham kara, samaduka suka, sami. The meaning is, though some people are friendly and affecting, they aren't arrogant, slothful, and grateful. They don't take people. They always accept our apologizing. Sloka is meaningful to us. It gives an important lesson for humans to love each others. How is it? Take one simple example. That say, Om Swastiastu, comforted to others. Even it's simple greetings, but generally we can say it when we meet our friends. As you know, when you say it, you must pray for each other's for living in happiness. From the greeting, love between will be achieved in our daily life. The last one is Palemahan. Palemahan is the harmony among human with nature and the place for living. Another name is Buana Agung or Earth. How love in Palemahan? Ladies and gentlemen, God has prepared universe and all things into complete our need. God has prepared in the good order and beautiful. But as the result of our own action have damaged our environment. Let's realize it. We can make the chance. It's our time. Let's put the spirit in our life to love for our environment. Believe that God is in each creature. In the Bhagavad Gita, Adhyaya 13, Sloka 28 say that. Samampasyani hi sarvatram, samawastitam iswaram. Nahi nasti atmanatmanam, tatoyati param gatim. The meaning is, actually he looks at the God is everywhere. So never hurts the soul to soul. And even he will reach the same goal. Sloka teaches us that God is everywhere. So let's take care of this universe with love. Ladies and gentlemen. So that's love in Tri Hita Karana. In Tri Hita Karana, we are taught how to love God, love others, and love the environment. While the basis of love is Tatwamasi teachings, which means I am you and you were me. Hurting others is the same as hurting yourself. Loving others is the same as loving yourself. Remember about the concept from Vasudhaiva Kutumbakan. We are one family who come from Brahman. Therefore, let's us love God, love others, and love the environment wherever we are. So that our life becomes peaceful and pleasant. Ladies and gentlemen, thus the meaning is love. From this my Dharma message, hopefully it will be useful for us. At the end of this Dharma message, I close by Parama Santi. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Baik, saya akan bacakan total tampil, waktu tampil maksudnya. Waktu tampil 9 menit 34 detik. Sesi berikutnya, Dharma Wacana Bahasa Inggris Remaja Putri. Dengan waktu 8 hingga 10 menit. Dengan nomor tampil 1. Pada peserta dengan nomor tampil 1, waktu dan tempat disilahkan.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awignamastu Namo Siddha. Om Siddhirastu Tat Astu Swaha. Our respected adjudicator, happy Hindu people in one Dharma by the gift of Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa, God Almighty, that we are give the opportunity to gather at this place with abundant health and not lacking in anything. It's such infinite happiness to hear in this occasion. I can share the Dharma Wacana with the topic, Understanding Tattva in Yajna in the modern era. Dear people in one Dharma, the word Yajna, as we know, has long been popular. But still many people will give a narrow meaning to the word yajna. For people unfamiliar to hear the word yajna, their minds always imagine there are somewhere various types of offerings. In case smoking billowings, the smell of flowers, and fragrance in case pervading. Their image is not wrong, but is a mistake in assumption that the word yajna is identified with religious ceremonies activities. The word yajna actually comes from Sanskrit. Yajna etymological comes from the root of the word yaj, which means victim. Thus, yajna can be interpreted as a sincere sacrifice of the sacred. Sacrifice in this context is covered very broad and not only about the ritual ceremonies, but can be understood sacrifice in the form of tongues, action, and so on. In the book of Bhagavad Gita, Adhyaya 4, Sloka 33, is stated as follows. Srayan Rauya Maya Yatnya Jnana Yatnya Param Tapa Sarvam Karma Kilam Parta Jane Parisampyate. Meanings: offerings with Jnana Yatnya is more than important than materials in any other form. Because any work should be based on holy signs or jnana. Dear people in one Dharma, in the modern era like today, where people's lives are completely practical, the lifestyle of people tends to be consumptive, or everything must be instant and hedonistic. So shady in general life with hectic routine. Sometimes they forget the time, especially people who live in big city. For people do not understand the real Tattva Yajna, then people will assume that having yajna is full of rituals, ceremonies, they are full of offerings. If we do everything or action that are based on Dharma, sincerely, it can be called yajna. In Bhagavad Gita, it said, learning and teaching are based on sincerity and devoted to worshipping the name of God. So that is belong to yajna. Preserving nature and the environment, it's also classified into yajna. Controlling the desires and sins is yajna. Besides, helping the sick, alleviating poverty, and entertaining people who are affected by disaster is also yajna. Thus, it's clear that yajna is not limited about religious ceremonies, activities. Hey people in one Dharma, if people have understood the real Tattva Yajna, then people will not assume yajna we do every day is only struggling with mere rituals, ceremonies, they are full of offerings. Indeed, if we understood Hinduism is a flexible religion, Hinduism is a way of life, said as Radhakrishna. and Hinduism is action show or electricity or flexible and not rigid, said M.K. Gandhi. Likewise, Hinduism is flexible and does not destroy the local culture where Hinduism is developing, like rolling a rubber ball. Rolling on sign will become sign, and rolling on grace will become grace, said the great teacher Swami Vivekananda. Hey people in one Dharma, the word yajna implementation can be classified into top four, which are 1. Vidyajna, 2. Dravya yajna, 3. Jnana yajna, and 4. Tapa yajna. Happy people in one Dharma, the view from 3 basic framework of Hinduism. There are tattva, etika, and upakara or upachara, where these framework are a reflection of the 3 angas sarira, human including Atma body, manifest as Mahit and reflected as Tattva. Second, the Antakarana body or soul, manifest as Tattva and reflected as behavior or ethics. Third, the existence of Pancha Mahabhuta, body manifests as Ahamkara and reflected as Upakara and ceremonies or materials. Manawa Dharma Sastra 2, verse 92, side died. The mind is the elephant sense. The mind is called Rajendra or the king of Indriya. If we want to have the quality yajna, then we must be understood that in fact, God is with us. And we must be able to control our mind, because our mind is cause of destruction. In fact, the quality yajna is in yourself. If you're able to control your tongues, action, and desires within yourself, then whenever action you do are the quality yajna. Happy people in one Dharma, hopeful what I share can be useful for all of us. If we fail to God's creation, then we must be indirectly have done the main yajna. As in Hindu said on concept of Tattvam Asi, I am you, which means if we love and care for God's creation, then we must offering to worship to Him. I apologize if there are deficiencies in delivery of this Dharma Wacana. There are no ivory that is not correct. Finally, I close with Parama Santi. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Total waktu tampil 10 menit 11 detik. dengan waktu 8 hingga 10 menit dengan nomor tampil 2. Kepada peserta, waktu dan tempat disilahkan.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awigenam Astu Nama Sidam. Om Siderastu Tat Astu Swaha. The honorable members of the jury, ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let us express our happiness to Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa because of His grace, which has allowed us all to gather here in good health. There is an auspicious saying, if you don't know, then you don't love. For that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Nikadek Anindya Kansa, as participant of Utsawa Dharma Gita, Dharma Wacana, at the level of young woman in English. On this happy occasion, I will present a Dharma Wacana entitled The Role of Woman According to Hindu Perception. The people of all Dharma, what I am proud of is that the basic reason for choosing this topic is that nowadays our society uses gender ideology to differentiate the roles between women and men. With women's gender ideology as it been locked away, women are the second citizen after men. Women can't really live, women can't lead, and women are always inferior to men. Sometimes women always become the experimental material on the reality of life now. On the other hand, women are considered as weak, so it has no meaning. Women are made by default because it can only be a protector in the family and can only follow the circumstances. The fixation of women in gender theory causes a division or difference between the roles of women and men. The people of Dharma, whom I love, at the present time, men are considered as kings, and women are only often seen as subordinates. However, behind all that, women have a very big role. Women are considered as gods. Even women can become priests. From this fact, several questions arise that we must ponder. What is the role of women according to Hindu perception? The people of Dharma, whom I deeply respect, on the Hindu literature, women and men have the same status. In the concept of Ardhanaraswari, the role of Purus is symbolized by Shiva, while for Pradhana, it is symbolized by goddess Uma. In the process of creation, Shiva represents the role of a man, and Dewi Uma represents the role of a woman. Nothing will be created if the two positions of Purusa and Pradhana are not united. The union of the two is believed to have provided wind for the various living things that exist. The position and role of women are complementary to men. In fact, women are highly honored. In Manawa Dharma Liturgy, Sloka 3, Adhyaya 56 states, Yatra naryas tubujyanta, raman teta tradewata, yatra itas tuna pujayanta, sarwa satala kriya. Meaning,
Where women are honored, there the gods are pleased. But where they are not respected, no sacred ceremony whatsoever will be rewarded. In Manawa Dharma Sastra, Sloka 3, Adhyaya 58 states, Jama yoya niga hacipanya, patri pujita, tani ketraya, wina janti samantara. Meaning, a house where women are not properly respected, uttering curse words, the family will be destroyed as if been destroyed by a magical force. The people of Dharma, after we have listened to some of the verses of Manawar Dharma literature, we can reflect that women in Hinduism have an important role, whereby respecting women not only brings happiness to the gods, but it can also ensure that every sacred ceremony will receive a reward. If we don't respect them properly, there will be a curse that seems to be destroyed by a magical power. The people of Dharma, whom I love, that have a position as a woman, which is a gift from Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa, and we should never feel disappointed being born as women. Women are positioned to have a very important role. In addition to their function as pradana, they also serve symbols of yoni, which represent fertility and wisdom. In Manu Smrti 3, Sloka 3, Adhyaya 59 states, therefore, people who wants to achieve prosperous must always give respect to women on holidays by giving gifts of jewelry, clothes, and food. The people of Dharma, whom I deeply respect, a verse of Manawa Dharma Sastra explains to us one of the ways to achieve prosperity is by giving women respect and gifts at festive celebration. In life, there are women and men who complement each other. Women will not be able to survive alone. And even conversely, men cannot live alone either. This complementary need is what keeping the cycle of reproduction going until the present time. The people of Dharma, that's all the Dharma I can convey on this occasion. Hopefully, the Dharma Wacana that I bring today could be useful for all of us. I end our meeting on this occasion with a message. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Nomor tampil 2 dengan total waktu 8 menit 23 detik. 8 hingga 10 menit dengan nomor tampil 3.
Tes, tes. 1, 2, 3, tes, tes. Om Swastiastu. Om Awignam Astu Namo Sidam. Om Sidirastu Tat Astu Yanamah Swaha. Good morning, the honorable judges, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let us praise the Lord, Ida Sangyang Widiwasa, for his blessing today. In this beautiful occasion, I would like to deliver a Dharma Wacana entitled The Value of Karma Pala in Our Life. Dear my Hindu fellows, every human being is endowed by reason and feeling, so we have the ability to think and act. But in this modern era, we mostly hear about various kinds of problems that happen in our life. For the examples, the earth damage, natural disasters, criminal cases, and so on. But have you ever thought, what is a factor of the conflicts that happens in this reality? Without realizing it, all these events become part of what we were doing in the past, even today. Because everything we did and believed before is the piece of anything that would happen on tomorrow, 2 days later, next week, even on unpredicted time that we never know at all. Nowadays, our society has been shocked by several cases that caused by our young generation. Yes, the teenagers. So let's just pay attention to the trending topic 1. Few of us are familiar with the news when a teenage boy was beaten into a coma. It was recorded and then viral into the social media. The suspect is the son of someone who has powerful on his position. However, his parents are the one who is shamed and being reported for their illegal asset. Ladies and gentlemen, did you remember all of the things that you do in your life? Honestly, I don't remember at all. Because I am 15 years old, which means there are thousands more things that I already do in my life. So how could I remember all of them? But the main question is, what is the connection between the things that we do and karma pala? Well, karma pala is a part of Pancasrada, which are the 5 beliefs in Hindus. It consists of Brahman, Atman, Karmapala, Punarbawa, and Moksha. That means the law of karma is the basis for ethical teachings and guidelines to achieving life goals. Things that we do will greatly affect to what will happen in the future. So, this is the reason why humans need to consider and care about the impacts of every actions and decisions to make sure that it will lead a bright future. In Manawa Dharma Sastra 12.8, it was written, Manasam manasai wayam, upa pungte jubah jubam. Wacha wacha kretam karma, kaye naiwa cha kayikam. The meaning is, people receive the results, for better or for worse, from the actions of their bodies, the thoughts in their minds, and the words in what they are said to be.
According to Trikaya Parisuddha, the karma that we done can be true in the form of actions or kayika, karma in words or wachika, and karma in the form of thoughts or manachika. Ladies and gentlemen, every single of us will receive the results of our actions. So, we must be careful before we do something because we don't know exactly when we will receive the risk. Besides, the results of someone's actions could be grouped into the 3 types. First, Sanchita Karma Pala. Sanchita Karma Pala is a type of actions that performed in the previous life, but the results will be accepted in this present life. In reality, there are so many people complained about their life. They said, I feel ugly. I failed at my academic. Why can't they reach? Or why am I always being troubles? These kinds of words are unmanageable and made some people lose their minds until they think, is God unfair? If he was fair, then why? Why did he let this world full of problems? My dearest Brahman fellows, Sang Yang Widiwasa is always fair. He really knows when you must feel happy, success, or when you must feel in fail, pain, even sadness. Something that we have to remember. There must be reason in everything we've been through. So, for this case, there is an option. Maybe they did something wrong in their past, so they have to receive the consequence. And the only way to fix it is use the opportunity in this life to do the good things. Second, Prarabdha Karma Pala. Prarabdha Karma Pala is a type of actions that performed in this life and the results will be also accepted in this present life. Well, for this point, I have some simple examples. Someone who insults others could be hurt or beaten by others. Someone who steals others' property could be in jail. Or someone who cheats on his exam could be disqualified. Third, Kriyamana Karma Pala. The kind of things that is done in this life, but the results will be enjoyed in the next life is called Kriyamana Karma Pala. When someone being a good person in this life, then in the next life, he will be born into a person with a better condition. Ladies and gentlemen, the law of karma could be likened to the results of what we plant. The yield of the fruits depends on the type of seed that we planted. Same as true as human actions. If it's a good actions, it will lead positive impacts. On the other hand, bad actions will lead negative impacts. The law of karma would determine someone's life will be in happily or in pain. And basically, the actions occurs from 2 different sides, which are the good deeds and the bad deeds. The good deeds are called Subha Karma, and the unwholesome actions are called Asubha Karma. Humans' abilities in thinking, acting, and speaking should be lead to Subha Karma. Because if Subha Karma is the movements of them, then these abilities will be transformed into the good Om Swastiastu. Om Awignamastu Namasidam. Om Sidirastu Tatastu Nama Swaha. Good morning, the honorable juries, organizing committee, and my Hindu community whom I praise and respect. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, let us give thanks to the presence of Ida Sangyang Widiwasa. Because of his Kertawarunugraha, we can gather together in this place in good health and under the protection of Ida Sangyang Widiwasa to carry out 2023 Utsawa Dharma Gita activities in East Nusa Tenggara. Ladies and gentlemen, on this auspicious occasion, I would like to convey a Dharma Wacana on the theme of Dana Punya. Ladies and gentlemen, Hinduism has taught and always guide its followers to always be on the path of Dharma in life. During the Kali Yuga era, it was said that the role of Dana Punya was very important in religious life. Even the Dana Punya is said to be the culmination of religious life. Dana Punya is not just giving, and it is also a noble behavior that will give extraordinary rewards to those who do it. Ladies and gentlemen, let's understand what Dana Punya is. In Hinduism, Dana Punya consists of two syllables, namely Dana and Punya. Dana means give, while Punya means safe, good, and holy. So, Dana Punya is a good and holy gift that will get goodness and happiness, and also as a form of running Dharma philosophy to increase our Shraddha and Bhakti, or devotion to Ida Sangyang Widi. In general, Dana Punya means a gift that is delivered with a sincere, honest, filled with the spirit of love and compassion, selfless and holy. Dana that will be given or donated is not limited in type and amount. Anything can be donated and given to anyone who needs help. Such is the broad meaning of the Dana Punya that in fact everyone can carry out the activities of the Dana Punya. The desire to give charity is only possible to grow within us. If we realize that we are broader estate in the Vedic scriptures, if the sense of brotherhood is firmly embedded in our minds, a sense of love and compassion will grow in life. Ladies and gentlemen, will those who always give alms or Dana Punya be always happy in their life? The answer is, of course, not. Ladies and gentlemen, every Dana Punya given will have an impact on the result and give different effect. Dana Punya for those who are not willing to give Dana Punya, it will be very hard. The assets owned are considered to be fully owned by them, because Dana Punya is a means to purify any asset obtained. For someone who is looking for as much wealth as possible, all of his wealth can become holy if donated. Dana Punya teaches people to see again that life is not solely. Dana Punya Ladies and gentlemen, Dana Punya, according to Manawa Dharma Sastra, chapter 4.193, explain. Triswapya tesu datam, hiwidina apyarjitam danam, datur bawatyam artaya paratra daturevacha, means that even if the treasure is obtained according to law, but if it is not donated, and further in Rig Veda chapter 1.125.6, it is stated, this great gift is for those who give charity, for charitable donors. The sunshine in heaven will shine. The sunshine in heaven, they get immortality and prolong their earthly life. It is even described that sunlight from heaven will shine Ladies and gentlemen, there are several dana punya. Ladies and gentlemen, there are several dana punya that we can do at this time. First, dharma dana means giving in the form advice or life advice, which can change a person's life for the better. Second, vidya dana means education. Third, artha dana means property. The teaching of dana punya aim to cultivate and develop a sincere mental attitude in human beings and to guide human beings toward physical and spiritual perfection. That will lead in humans to reach moksha. Thus, giving is obligatory for everyone to do it sincerely and sincerely to improve one's self-quality. Because the form of giving is not merely in the form of possession, but also in the form of educating or in the form of praying to someone in it. This is the Dharma Wacana that I convey. I apologize if there are mistakes in the delivery, and I hope that what I convey is useful for our life. I end with Parama Santi. Om Santi Santi Santi.
Nomor tampil 4 dengan total waktu tampil 8 menit 55 detik.
Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the audience that I respect. Beforehand, please welcome my award. Om Swastiastu. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury and audience who are happy. On this occasion, I will present Dharma discourse with the title, Love, Spread, Peace. The root of the meaning of love is an act that is always done to provide something useful for all of us. This is based on the understanding that the work we do is an obligation that must be carried out, and it will be very noble when it is not solely based on the desire to get excessive reward. Mr. Miss Jury and audience who are happy, in the Bhagavad Gita 2.70 it is explained. Sorry, I'm not fluent in spelling out the verses, so I immediately state my meaning, which is as follows. Only those who are not affected by the stream of desire, which flows continuously in like river into the ocean, which is always being filed, but always remaining calm to achieve peace. Ladies and gentlemen, honorable judge and audience. Sometimes, human actions are driven by a mechanism called desire. This mechanism is given the opportunity to rule. So, a gate of anxiety has been opened, waiting to make the chaotic circle of life journey. Learning from this message full of meaning and the value of compassion. I hope that all Dharma members will memorially open a space in their heart for a lesson about love from a flowers that is always present around us and spread peace. Mr. Miss Jury and audience who are happy. There are 4 messages that the flowers wants to convey to all of us. Namely, the first, flowers always try to go and point up. Every spiritual journey should make us move forward, reducing the burdens of worldly desires. Thus, it makes our steps lighter and eventually leads us up to our peace. Flowers already did. In fact, even at the lowest branch, flowers always try to direct themselves upward, as if giving a message. Let go of your burden, your ego, let move forward. Second, flowers always emit a fragrance. It is undeniable that most of the fruit of the flowers emit a fragrant aroma, no matter whether they grow in the fields, on the edge of the gutter, or even on the side of the road. Flowers always whether the right hand or left hand was used to pick the flowers earlier. The flowers remains unaffected. He always comes with the perfect fragrance. Thirdly, flowers never demand or complain when their possession must life shall change, because nothing is permanent except that things. When flower must be replied by fruit, flowers show an inviolable lesson, namely, never expect your life to go according to your wishes. When happiness comes, be prepared to accept suffering in the next round of the times. Flowers never demand and do not complain when their possession must be replied by fruit. 4. Selfless sacrifice of the flowers. That when he had to fall to the ground, he made a great selfless sacrifice, namely by allowing himself to be broken down. Then he became fertilizer for the plants around him. This meaningful message of the value of compassion is to be conveyed to us who are alive. Waiting to make the chaotic circle of life when, in a state of deprivation, even when suffering comes, he still managed to make life more useful for others' being. Respected Mr., Miss Jury, and audience, within us, there are seeds of love and peace. He will grow when humans in their daily life diligently water the seeds of love and peace, and stop watering the seeds of hatred and anger. One way the seeds of compassion and peace is love. With a warm touch of affection, we seldom hate each other, and there seldom be competition by hurting others. If the seeds of love, then we plant, then water it with sincerity and nurture it by silence. Then one day, the flowers of true happiness will bloom. That was the message of Dharma that I can convey to Sudharma people. Of course, it is implied in the depths of our heart that there is a hope that this Dharma discourse can become material for contemplation for all of us. At least, what is title of the material can be realized by inviting all people to spread peace with the teaching of love. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury and the audience who are happy, that's my brief Dharma discourse. Thank you, and I end with Brahma Santi. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Nomor tampil 5 dengan total waktu 8 menit 5 detik.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awikanam Astu Namasidam. Om Sidirastu Tat Astu Swaha. The Honorable Adjudicators, the Honor Committee of Utsawa Dharma Gita, and what a proud of all the participants in this competition. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm happy when I'm allowed to convey Dharma Wacana as a form of my offering to Ida Sang Hyang Widiwasa. As implied in Bhagavad Gita, that whatever we do, make it as our offering to the God. For this reason, in this wonderful occasion, I would like to present my Dharma Wacana entitled Realizing Gender Equality. Ladies and gentlemen, in the teaching of Hinduism, we recognize two things that are different but complementary. For example, day and night, rich and poor, man and woman. That's known as Ruang Bineda. Talking about men and women, indirectly we talk about gender. Gender is related to the belief process about how men and women should behave and act according to the social and cultural life in which they live. Ladies and gentlemen, Hindu women are symbolized as pradana and also yoni, namely the source of fertility and wisdom. Meanwhile, men are called purusa and also symbolized as linga, so that the meeting of purusa and pradana will create fertility and will not plague again. Ladies and gentlemen, Manawa Dharma Sastra, Adhyaya 9, Sloka 33, mentioned that Kshetra Buta Smerta Nari, Bija Buta Smerta Punam, Kshetra Bija Sama Yogat, Sambawa Sarwa Dehinam. Which means, according to Samarthi, women are likened to soil. Men are expressed as sets. The result is physical body that lives and occurs through the relationship between the soil and the seed. Ladies and gentlemen, Sloka teach us that gender equality is formed based on a noble goal, so that we don't create different boundaries between men and women. Our strength is togetherness, which is when everyone supports each other to achieve the goals. For example, when Ngaya activities in the temple, the women are make offerings while the men support by preparing food and cleaning the temple. This is a symbol of cooperation without distinguishing between men's and women's work. Ladies and gentlemen, however, behind the increasing prevalence of gender equality and the increasing of great and well-known women leaders, there are still cases that damage women's dignity, such as domestic violence, rape, and even women's trafficking. When faced with these cases, women are required to remain silent. Even when their families know about it, they're reluctant to report to the authorities because they're embarrassed and don't want to disgrace their family. The women must be able to maintain the honor and dignity of their family. Ladies and gentlemen, inequality is also caused by the customs themselves, where men are considered as divinity who must be glorified. Just a simple example, when a boy does housework, his mother and father say, "Stop, don't wash the dishes, don't sweep, don't wash the clothes. That's women's job. Boys must be strong, let's play." And women, you have to be able to work. You have to be able to clean up the house. And you have to know yourself about your duties as a woman. That's what they say. Ladies and gentlemen, so now I, as the young generation, would like to ask with you, do the Vedas have a sacred sound which can only be amrita for men? Or do the Vedas, as the voice of women, write that women walk behind men? Hinduism has never distinguished between men and women. Men and are like the right and left hands that cannot be separated. They have the same position, but different function and tasks. Manawa Dharma Sastra, Adhyaya 9, Sloka 133 mentioned that Pautra daus hitrayor lokena, wicesto sti dharmata, tayor hi mata pitaro, sambutau tasya dehita. Which means there's no difference between sons and daughters who are rich in status, whether related to the worldly matters or matters of secret obligation, because for the father and mother, they born from the same body. Ladies and gentlemen, the sloka reminds us that actually men and women are equal. Women are the pillars of life. Imagine if the supporting pillars of building were fragile, it is certain that the building will collapse and leave worthless debris. Men must be good advocates for women, not the main figures in discrimination against women. Isa Upanishad Sloka 6 mentioned that Yastu Sarwani Bhutani Atmani Ewanu Vasyati Sarva Bhutesu Chatmanam Tatona Vijukupsate, which means he who sees all being in himself as Atman and Atman himself in all beings, he no longer sees any difference from others. Ladies and gentlemen, this verse has clearly emphasized that no one has right to say that Hindu women are inferior to men. Empowering men without strengthening women will lead to social instability. Women also have the right to demand the slightest justice. Therefore, create harmony and mix the two. Never feel proud as a man, and also don't feel great about women's emancipation. Life is not a competition between men and women, but basically it is collaboration. Our strength is togetherness, especially when you can put yourself in your place optimally. Ladies and gentlemen, when we celebrate and honor the talent and accomplishment of women and how much women step every year, against all odds, we saw the next generation of women, girls, and boys and men that what it means to be equal and what it looks like to be fair. We don't change. We just take the gravel and the shell to make a pearl. We help other people to change so they can see more kinds of beauty. Ladies and gentlemen, that's all of my Dharma Wacana. I hope it can useful, and I hope that young Widi bestows happiness on all being. Thank you for your attention, and I close by Paramasanti. Om Santi, 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 Om.
Om Swastiastu. Om Awiganamastu Namasidam. Om Sidrastu Tatastu Sudamam Suaha. Good morning, the Honorable Judges and Brahman Fellows. First of all, let's pray the Lord Ida Sang Yang Widiwasa for his blessing so we can be in this great moment and participate Utsawa Dharma Gita. In this precious occasion, I'm going to deliver a Dharma Wacana entitled A Hindu Concept of Leadership in Millennial Era. Ladies and gentlemen, everyone has their own criteria, their leader based on the needs, vision, and culture. Leader and leadership are two important things and give about influence on society, especially in the current era of globalization. In this era, advanced science and technology brings consequences that are faced sudden, uncertain, and vulnerable situations. Not only situation, but the characteristic of generation also take important role in the bonds of leadership. From this concept of situation, we have to analyze, discuss, and think from the multi-perspective to decide what is a good leadership according to the Hindu concept which quite apply in millennial era. Ladies and gentlemen, in this generation era has rapid various changes of habit, trend, certification, and achievement in society, such as social media as a part of fear of missing out or FOMO. A rapid flow of information is not necessarily true. Require a leader with a concept of leadership that could adapt in the current rhythm and patterns, especially in the millennial era. Ladies and gentlemen, Hindu leadership concept is leadership concept that can be applied in various eras while maintaining the basic of leadership. The concepts are widely reviewed in Hindu literature such as Niti Sastra, Artha Sastra, Manawdhamma Sastra, and ancient Javanese Ramayana. One of the concepts of leadership in ancient Javanese Ramayana called Asta Brata, a leader to carry out responsibility and obligations which stated in Ramayana Sarga 24.52. The first, Indra Brata, the god of rain. The attitude of a leader should be wise, not provide assistance or arm partially, be accountable, and do not discriminate, and prioritize who are economically disadvantaged. The second, Yama Brata, like Lord Yama. In enforcing the law, a leader should be fair and consistent in making decisions. Those who do wrong will be given punishment according to the level to crime committed, and those who are right will be given a defense. The third, Baruna Brata, like Lord Baruna, who is very vicious and unforgiving while in crime. A leader should have firm attitude, so that influence people attitude not to dare to commit violations of crime. The fourth, Kuwera Brata, a leader should be wise, polite, intelligent, and intelligent nature in all sides. So, a leader will be more respectful and authoritative. The fifth, Surya Brata, like Lord Surya, who gave his life to illuminate the entire universe. A leader should have fair, equitable attitude and do not discriminate against anyone. The sixth, Chanda Brata, like the goddess of the moon, who give coolness anyone. So, a leader should always be gentle, especially to the community. The seventh, Bayu Brata, like the god of the wind, that fills all space and time. A leader should be agile in carrying out tasks, not procrastinating, and be able to see and counter all areas under his leadership as a whole. And the last one, Agni Brata. That is, a leader should have a leading attitude, have a very spirit, not be afraid to face enemies, which is then to provide protection, a sense of security for the community. Ladies and gentlemen, throughout the history of development of Hinduism, many leaders can be guidance or a role model in carrying out community belief when given a mandate as a leader. Hindu leaders who can provide prosperity to the people include Hayamuruk, Erlangga, and Gajah Mada. Hindu figures who are guardians in leading include Mahatma Gandhi and Swami Vivekananda. A leader in Hindu faith should be able to provide justice and penalty without favoritism and always uphold the law to the fullest. Punishment should be given to people who violate the rule that guide people's daily behavior. Based on verse of Manawadama Sastra 7.20 is, Yadina prayatnya Raja Dandang, Dandeswa Tandrita, Sulem Makshaniwan Paksyan, Durbalan Balawatara. Which means, if the king does not punish, of does not hire, of those who deserve punishment, then the strong will devour the weak like fish in a jar. Based on verse of Manawadama Sastra 7, it is very clear that Hindu leaders should be able to provide justice to the people and be able to uphold justice by always referring to Dharma and avoiding adharma. Leaders who are able to uphold justice will provide a sense of security for the people, and becomes a good example for the community. The main thing that must be done to present idealism for the millennial generation or younger generation in an action. That is a real example of a leader, both in the family, agency group, and community environment that comes from Hindu teaching. In Hinduism, a lot is taught about how to present good leadership, where the application of the concept of leadership comes from the Veda scripture and is taught by the holy people. The concept of leadership in Hinduism can be packaged according to the needs of millennials while still prioritizing the religious values contained in it. By being oriented to the purpose of life on Skala and Niskala, Jagadita and Moksha are related to the maintenance of the balance of outer and inner life. So that leadership that is credible, capable, has a far-sighted vision, has integrity, honesty, and loyalty to the common interest can be realized. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is my Dharma Wacana today. Thank you very much for your attention. Hopefully, it will give benefit for all of us. And let us give our support for our leader who lead this country. Thank you. Om Santi, 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 Om.
How do you feel now? Feeling great? Feeling better? All right. Thank you, Bapak, for letting me to give comment first. You know, I know it's not easy to stand there, watched by a lot of people, and then speak more than 4 or 5 sheets, which is totally different, yang betul-betul beda from our mother tongue. English is not our mother tongue. It's either our second language. Bukan juga bahasa kedua kita. It's a foreign language for us. But you guys, you did all very well. Great job for you all. All right, let me ask for the teenagers first. How old are you? Untuk yang teens, how old are you? 15? Ada yang masih 13 nggak di sini? Masih 13, you are 13, you are the youngest. You know, when I was at your age, ketika saya seumuran kalian, I could only say yes, no, thank you, and goodbye. But you all, gila, kalian keren. Ya, 5 sheets, 5 halaman. And you speak very well. All right, that's the first. And then the next, when you are delivering speech, you have to pay more attention on 4 important things. Ini biasanya 4 bagian penting yang harus kalian betul-betul perhatikan kalau delivering speech ya, especially in English. Yang pertama itu adalah fluency, kelancaran, right? Of course you have to memorize, harus dihafalkan, and know well, tahu betul what you are delivering, apa yang kalian sampaikan. So in case you forget, lupa, so you know how to improve, how to tackle that kind of case. Jadi kalau udah tahu kita nyampeinnya apa, walaupun lupa yang tertulis dalam teks, jadi kamu tahu harus nyampein apa, biar tidak diam lama, itu maksudnya. Oke, ya, improvement, ya, improvisasi, oke. The next is pronunciations. I'm sorry to say this, some of you made wrong pronunciations. Some. Ya, jadi beberapa mungkin harus lebih banyak belajar lagi untuk pronunciation-nya. Ingat ya, pronunciation is different with accent. Pronunciation itu beda dengan aksen. Ya, kalau aksen itu kayak British, America, gitu. Misalnya kayak bilang Jakarta, Jakarta, ya kayak like that one. That's called accent. Itu bukan pronunciations ya. Oke, itu ya. So, jangan mentang-mentang speech-nya English banyak S-nya. A selalu dibaca A selalu dibaca E. Not all the time it's pronounced exactly the same as it's pronounced in alphabet. Tidak selalu sama pengucapan A, I, U, E, O itu sama dalam alfabet. Kemudian, nah ini yang paling krusial, grammar, structure. Ya, walaupun apa yang kalian sampaikan kami paham, audiensnya mungkin paham ya. We understand what you are delivering, but it's important to pay more on the grammar or structure. Some translated, beberapa yang menerjemahkan words by words. It's not recommended. Menerjemahkan kalimat itu bukan word by word or sentence by sentence. It should has contextual meaning. Misalnya umat Hindu sedharma yang berbahagia. Nah, bilangnya gimana? Hindu people, happy Hindu people. Nah, mungkin saya bisa advice ya. Brahman fellows, Hindu fellows. Jadi tidak terjemahannya itu jangan word by word, tapi harus contextual meaning. Ada contextual meaning itu relate antara sentence per sentence-nya. Sama kayak some words, beberapa kata juga tidak harus diterjemahkan ke dalam bahasa Inggris. Misalnya kayak tadi saya bilang, mungkin seperti batu bulan. Ada yang tahu batu bulan nggak? Jangan bahasa Inggrisnya moonstone, nah gitu. Ya, jadi some words tidak harus diterjemahkan ke dalam bahasa Inggris. Kayak Dharma Wacana, it's Dharma Wacana. Ya, oke. Selanjutnya adalah vocabulary, kosakatanya, pemilihan kata-katanya. Ada beberapa kata-kata, ya ini mungkin yang agak susahnya dalam bahasa Inggrisnya. Beberapa kata itu memang punya, some words have different meanings. Sama kayak misalnya have. Have means mempunyai kan. But you can also use have for I have my lunch. Oh, I've got flu. Jadi have you met your new teacher? Nah, kayak gitu tuh. Jadi tidak semua satu kata itu maknanya sama. So you have to be careful in choosing the words. Ya. Selanjutnya, sloka. Banyak tadi yang bukan banyak, ada beberapa yang tadi menyebutkan sloka sekian, adiaya sekian. Saya dapat sebenarnya kemarin seperti yang disampaikan Pak Profesor, adiaya dulu baru sloka. Ya, oke. Kemudian ada yang tadi menyebutkan parts, bagian-bagian dari suatu teachings itu some parts, tetapi tidak mengisi penjelasannya. No explanations with the teachings. No example. You can make the examples and relate it to our daily life. That's better. Biasanya kalau yang teenagers, ya yang lagi hot issues-nya sekarang apa bisa direlate-kan. Ya. And then yang terakhir, mungkin yang terakhir tadi. Selalu dalam when delivering speech, you have to convey three things. Educating, mendidik atau menyampaikan sesuatu yang mendidik. And then there is a meaning, ada makna what you are delivering about. And there is also entertaining part. Harus selalu ada bagian yang menghibur walaupun tidak banyak. Yang mungkin memang agak susah ya, entertaining in English. Tapi some of you tadi buat entertainingnya in English and relate it to our daily life. Oke. Dan yang terakhir ini ada invitation, suggestion. This is the good thing to do at the end as conclusion of your speech. Itu harus selalu ada. Ajakan. Marilah kita berdana punya. Women do not change. Ini yang saya paling suka. Women do not change. Perempuan itu tidak berubah. But they take their gravel and apa tadi? Mereka hanya ini untuk memunculkan mutiaranya. Selalu ada semacam suggestions, a good thing to do at the end of your speech. Well, but so far, you all did very well today. Great job. Give applause for yourself. Thank you, Bapak.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I want to correct. I want to evaluate your presentation. Sebelumnya, saya mohon maaf. I do apologize. Karena pada saat good opportunity, I want to correct your presentation in front of the audience. Kalau bagaimana, saya lebih banyak menggunakan bahasa Indonesia saja. Karena kalian tadi lebih banyak menghafal, memorize. Ya, walaupun English is not my language, bukan bahasa kita, tetapi international language itu very prominent, very properly to our society. Sangat-sangat penting. Walaupun Bapak S1 sastra Inggris, S2 sastra Inggris, S3 juga postdoktoral itu belajar sastra juga enggak bisa deh. Masih belajar. Ya, tadi apa yang disampaikan ya oleh Pak Dewa, Ibu Dewan Juri itu memang benar. Karena seorang pendarma wacana tidak hanya pintar ngomong, bicara, tapi experience and exercise. Kalau itu seloka, baca seloka, kalau saya ini, terutama pada adik-adik, Bapak baru pulang kemarin dari Jayapura, ya, baru pulang dari Medan. Kalau itu seloka, itu harus setidaknya diselokakan sedikit. Ya bukan seperti ini, walaupun saya, mohon maaf, saya pernah jadi juri nasional untuk baca seloka dan sekarang juga sebagai juri nasional seloka. Tadi berbicara ya Om Sreya Drawi Yadnya Jana Yadnya Farantapa Sarokalam Kilam Farta Jenyani Para Samya Piati misalnya. Ya persembahan ilmu pengetahuan itu jauh lebih berharga dari persembahan materi yang lain. Kan begitu misalnya. Ya semestinya gitu. Ini untuk adik-adik, jangan untuk bapak-bapak, mohon maaf bapak-bapak nggih. Karena kalian itu adalah sebagai simbol. Ya, sebagai apa? Ya, dianggap sebagai nanti petunjuk, guide. Kalau pendarma wacananya tidak bisa baca ya seloka, misal saja. Setidaknya dilantungkan, tapi tidak panjang-panjang deh. Sereya tapi tidak digitukan. Suadarmu ya, wiguna walaupun tidak digitukan. Tetapi kalian dianggap itu sebagai orang yang punya pengalaman. Kalau bagaimana kalau orang pendarma wacana ya akan mentransfer, deliver, tapi dia tidak sebagai contoh kepada orang lain. Untuk apa? Ia bisa ngomong aja. Coba ia beri yang contoh gitu. Pasti akan begitu. Ya, ketika ada pelantikan profesor juga begitu. Jangan hanya ngomong, tetapi berikan contoh yang bagus. Ya, misalnya tidak Sreyam suadarmu wiguna. Cuma aja gitu. Ya. Jangan seperti tadi panjang-panjang, tetapi karena itu disloka. Karena sloka itu harus dislokakan, ya begitu. Jangan ngomong sloka tetapi tidak dislokakan. Tadi Bapak amati begitu dan pelafalannya ada beberapa yang harus diperbaiki. Kalian banyak harus belajar. Ya study. Tadi misalnya saja, tadi bilang develop, sekarang bilang improve. Harus banyak punya perkataan kata vocabulary. Jangan itu monoton saja. Seperti tadi Bapak amati banyak monoton sekali apa yang disampaikan. Kelihatan kalian itu memorize, bahkan forgot, bahkan lupa. Karena adik-adik kami amati itu kebanyakan itu adalah menghafal. Kalau ketika dari awal itu lupa, semuanya akan lupa. Seperti tadi communication. Memang ada beberapa sudah cukup bagus, tinggal di volley saja. Nah untuk selanjutnya, ya tadi saya sepakat. Bagi pronounce-nya bagaimana, ya grammarnya. What do you feel? What do you prefer before going to the beach time misalnya. Ya, itu kelihatan dari struktur, ya dari grammar kelihatan bahwa kalian itu nanti profesional. Makanya ada seorang guide, saya discuss. Dia ngerti, tetapi disuruh menggunakan grammar. Sorry ya. Ya, saya discuss panjang sama mereka. Nah, tidak selamat. Orang yang bisa bahasa Indonesia belum tentu dia bagus Dharma wacana Indonesia. Kita setuju? Kan? Ya begitu ya. Orang bisa bahasa Inggris belum tentu dia bagus Dharma wacana bahasa Inggris. Setuju kan? Nah untuk itu harus komprehens, harus secara menyeluruh. Bila perlu, kalau itu diwiramekan, ya perlu diwiramekan juga. Bisa? Hane siratu dibiarengan. Iya. Kalau kita kan sudah Dharma Wacana ini, harus semuanya harus kita apa namanya mastering, ya. Sehayu dan misal begitu. Karena sekali lagi itu akan kelihatan ya perfect Anda, kelihatan perfect kalian itu kelihatan memberikan in front of the audience, kelihatan Anda mastering. Ya bukan karena saya ini adalah latar belakang wirama, karena konsep saya sloka itu harus dasarnya adalah wirama. Konsep Dharma Wacana itu adalah semuanya itu harus dipelajari. Nah jangan cuma nanti Dharma Wacana hanya ngomong di depan saja, tetapi pelaksanaannya seperti apa? Pasti Anda akan dilihat nanti. Misalnya saya. Sebenarnya Dharma Wacana ngomong aja sloka, bisa aja baca sloka. Ngomong saja saya wirama, bisa aja mau wirama. Ngomong saya bahasa Inggris, struktur bahasa Inggrisnya benar atau tidak kan begitu. Karena semuanya itu adalah Anda sebagai public figure. Nah ini untuk adik-adik saya terutama. Karena kalian itu akan merubah mindset. Ya, tidak distorsi. Ya, of the mind people, ya population. Tidak, kalian tidak akan menjatuhkan atau mengurangi ataupun melemahkan. Tidak. Tetapi tujuannya adalah ingin merekonstruksi, ya, mereveal ya semua yang ada di dalam pikiran-pikiran ya masyarakat Hindu kita. Saya maunya seperti itu ke depan. Nah untuk itu salah satunya adalah menjadi Dharma Wacana yang baik. Kalau ingin menjadi Dharma Wacana baik, menjadi pendengar yang baik. Orang yang menjadi pendengar yang baik biasanya menjadi Dharma Wacana yang baik. Tetapi pada umumnya kalau kita memberikan Dharma Wacana saja, jangan-jangan ya kita ditinggal. Belum-belum sudah ya buka HP dan lain sebagainya, enggak kita didengar. Nah ini untuk adik-adik saya ya semua, mudah-mudahan nanti ketemu Bapak ya di tingkat nasional ya untuk bahasa Inggris dan slokanya. Karena Bapak sudah dapat 2 sertifikat untuk baca slokanya. Kebetulan di tingkat dosen pasti ada kemarin ya artinya beberapa tahun yang lalu itu dua-duanya ya mungkin saja ya karena semangatnya kita belajar, Bapak dua-duanya dapat ya juara Dharma Wacana, bahasa Inggris juara 2 tingkat dosen dan slokanya dapat juara juga. Nah untuk itu kesempatan ini Bapak ingin sharing information saja for ya our audience kepada adik-adik kami. Dan yang terakhir tolong sekali lagi ya improvisasi itu yang menjadi penekanan. Ya Bapak amati per line, per baris sama titik komanya. Ya, tidak ada bedanya. Yang hilang mesti lain artinya. Ya. Kata jangan love dengan love itu kan beda. Salah pelafalannya, salah artinya. Apakah saya menertawai kalian? Ada misalnya begitu. Padahal kita ingin cinta kasih yang kita sampaikan misalnya. Salah cara kita, ya grammar kita juga salah kan artinya. Tapi kita di sini tidak mengajar yang namanya dari S1, ya bagaimana grammar, structure, phonology, semantik itu tidak. Ya, tetapi pada umumnya yang penting understandable gitu ya. Ya lebih banyak Bapak berbicara nanti lebih banyak salah, lebih baik sampai di sini apa ya Bapak sampaikan. Mohon maaf sekali lagi. Tidak ada bermaksud untuk mengkritik yang mengajari adik-adik kami. Tetapi saling melengkapi. Sekali lagi, saling melengkapi. Simpulannya, apa yang Anda presentasikan ya di depan itu sudah rata-rata cukup bagus. Cuma perlu latihan, exercise every day, every time. Di mana whenever you stay with your brother, your sister, your classmate, your lecturer, and your teacher, and so on. Dan siapa saja. Ya, walaupun salah jangan sampai kalian nanti malu. Ya, walaupun salah ya, jangan sampai malu. Karena orang malu pada akhirnya dia akan tersesat. Yang penting kita beretika saja. Kami jauh-jauh dari Mataram di sini, ke sini diundang ya supaya setidaknya membuka wawasan insight overview kalian untuk bersama-sama Bapak arahkan menjadi orang yang lebih baik. Ya walaupun belum yang terbaik. Sekali lagi orang yang lebih baik dari hari ini. Untuk yang terbaik itu karena dicari satu pasti ada ya hal-hal tertentu yang harus dipertimbangkan. Kan begitu? Yang untuk jadi rektor gitu semua bisa jadi rektor. Tetapi persyaratannya dan hal-hal lain perlu dipertimbangkan. Kurang lebihnya mohon maaf Ibu, ya kadang-kadang ini ada hayu si macat semante jane nore tanane caca dan ring raja. Bahasa Kawis tidaknya juga tahu. Hayu cuma cat semante jane nore tanane. Nah itu harus wiramu itu. Caca dan ring peraji. Karena tidak hanya nanti kalian disuruh Dharma Wacana pada saat pada seleksi saja. Tapi pada suatu ketika saudara diberikan kesempatan untuk mengembangkan Dharma Wacana itu. Tetapi harus mau ya suka tidak suka harus saudara kalian belajar yang lain. Sekali lagi suka tidak suka kalian harus belajar yang lain. Ya. Suka tidak suka harus belajar yang lain, tidak hanya bahasa Inggris saja, tetapi harus belajar ilmu yang lain. Nggih, mungkin cuma itu yang Bapak sampaikan ya karena di dalam ya Ayurveda ya tema macam kalian awadani janami Brahman rajani biasa sudraya caya ciswai caraniasi be informed to all human being. Ya, to the teacher, to the priest, ya to the buyer, seller, ya teacher, even to the foreigner. Sampaikan ajaran ini kepada seluruh umat manusia. Kepada kaum pedagang, polisi, guru, ya, kepada anak-anak, bahkan kepada orang asing sekalipun. Oleh karena itu, karena ini weda itu harus dilantungkan katanya Pak. Kalau weda itu harus dilantungkan. Karena dari lantungan kita harus pahami. Dari pahami baru kita implementasikan. Nah untuk itu karena semuanya ini harus kita lakukan ya secara masif ya secara bersama-sama mau tidak mau kalian harus belajar semuanya tentang itu. Terima kasih atas perhatiannya ring panguntat Bapak ngaturang puji para mas santi. Om santi santi santi. Om kesama sampurna nama Ibu yang cantik mungkin ada.
Om Swastiastu. Aduh tegang semua ini, termasuk orang tua ini saya lihat kok muka juga tegang ini. Pembimbing juga tegang semua. Jadi relax saja, relax ya. Semuanya sudah selesai, you have a good job ya. Thank you for parents support your children here. Ini semua sudah disampaikan, semuanya kayaknya sudah komplit nih. Saya kayaknya tinggal tutup saja. Sudah komplit sekali, semua sudah disampaikan oleh Bu Kade, Pak Mahdi juga sudah. Oke, mungkin saya kasih strategi saja sedikit. Sejauh ini saya membimbing, memang berapa kali kita NTT menjuarai Dharma Wacana bahasa Inggris tingkat nasional ya, itu memang saya membimbing sedikit saja. Dari pengalaman yang saya ikuti di tingkat nasional itu ada strategi yang mungkin kita harus tahu sama-sama. Pertama itu power, keep your power, ya. Jadi kesan pertama begitu menggoda, orang bilang. Jadi begitu pertama kita berbicara di depan, berikan aura kalian bahwa kalian itu bisa melakukan ini. Kalian menguasai ini. Ada penekanan di kata-kata yang ingin kalian sampaikan, poin. Poin mana yang akan kalian sampaikan kepada audiens sehingga audiens itu sampai terpukau. Pay attention to you. Give the point and your power so your audience give attention to you. Not only audience but also the adjudicators. Ya. Kemudian sikap kalian pada saat membaca sloka. Itu sloka sama seperti doa-doa ya. Jadi usahakan jangan ada gerakan-gerakan. Terus supaya kalian kelihatannya agak rileks, tidak tegang, kelihatan tidak menghafal, melangkah sedikit, kasih senyuman, melangkah sedikit, mundur sedikit, supaya kalian kelihatan tuh rileks. Jadi tidak kelihatan juri bilang, aduh ini kalau berdiri begini terus, kelihatan sekali menghafal. Walaupun memang betul kalian menghafal. Tapi setidaknya dari hafalan itu kalian tidak kelihatan menghafal. Jadi senyum, ya, langkah sedikit. Terus ada yang kalian lupa, improvisasi. Improvisasi itu bagaimana? Ada kata-kata yang ingin mungkin kalian lupa, terus kalian harus punya satu kata yang kalian membuat juri itu terkesima, supaya kalian tidak kelihatan lupa. Kemudian eye contact. Eye contact, ada feedback. Di awal itu penting sekali, judul kalian itu di opening itu ada pertanyaan. Itu menimbulkan eye contact kepada audiens. Ada satu pertanyaan yang muncul terkait dengan judul yang kalian sampaikan. Tapi pertanyaan ini tidak perlu dijawab oleh audiens. Kalian menjawabnya sendiri. Seperti itu. Oke, dari beberapa teks yang saya baca, itu aturannya mungkin Bapak Ibu pembimbing di sini sudah membaca aturan teks itu ada opening, content, conclusion. Opening itu berisi tentang background, ya. Jadi sampaikan latar belakang Anda, kenapa kalian ingin menyampaikan judul ini. Kemudian content, what you want to explore. Apa yang kalian ingin sampaikan di sini? Berikan poin-poinnya. Kemudian conclusion, seperti Ibu Kadek tadi bilang, penting sekali memberikan suggestion, harapan, ya, harapan kepada kita sebagai umat Hindu harus bagaimana. Itu penting sekali, ajakan. Jangan hanya bilang, I hope this speech give a good benefit for us. Benefitnya apa? Benefit itu yang kalian harus sampaikan. Jadi I hope apa? Gitu ya. Ya, mungkin situ ya. Yang paling penting adalah power. Penekanan kata pada apa yang ingin kalian sampaikan terkait dengan judul. Jadi kasih nada lebih tinggi lagi di poin yang akan ingin kalian sampaikan kepada audiens. Mungkin itu saja dari saya. Thank you very much for your participation in this speech contest of Dharma Wacana. Yeah, I proud of you. I very proud of you because you can explore your English here. Okay, thank you very much. God bless you. Om Santi 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 Om.
Baik, terima kasih kepada Bapak Ibu Dewan Juri kita.